Hey guys, another episode here of Driving It Home with the Professor. Just heading home. Wanted to talk about a couple things. I don't have a headset on. Just trying out the microphone here on the camera. I think it might work just fine. Notice I don't have anybody in my passenger side seat. But today's kind of episode, I guess, or webisode, is about the upcoming Metamoris. If you're not familiar with what the Metamoris is, if you're into grappling or jiu-jitsu, submission wrestling, all that stuff, man, it's got to be on your radar. I think by far one of the most fun and interesting tournaments I've ever seen. I watched the last Metamoris on my iPad. It was like a pay-per-view event. I think it was like 1999. It was awesome. Every match was exciting. The concept is a 20-minute match, at least for the last Metamoris, 20-minute match, and no points, submission only. It was on like a raised platform. Basically the referee was there to, I guess, keep control. I guess if like an actual fist fight broke out or any kind of rules, because mainly with the gi. But anyway, 20-minute time limit. And you can only win by submission. So some interesting matches. I think some of the, one of the more interesting matches was Ryron Gracie and Andre Galvao. And before the match, I was like, Andre Galvao is a multiple-time world champion, just all-around beast, an unbelievable athlete. You could just kind of, his wins in ADCC, his wins at the Worlds, the guy basically wins whatever tournament he goes into, and he's athletic, strong, fast, quick, everything you'd expect from a top level athlete. 100% you could consider him a world-class athlete, and that's not a term that I bandy about easily. People say, oh, he's world-class, he's world-class. The only guys that are world-class are the world champions, right? And also the guys that play professional sports around the world, professional soccer players in Spain or Italy, Brazil, those kinds of things, or professional hockey players here in the United States, basketball, football, baseball. Those are world-class athletes. Anybody else thinks they're a world-class athlete. Anyway, so Andre Galvao is a world-class athlete, and he's going up against Ryron Gracie, who's one of Elio Gracie's grandsons, and has this whole idea, this, keep it playful. I think he's even got a website, keepitplayful.com. And the build-up to the match was basically Ryron saying, I want to see if he could submit me. And that was really it. So it was kind of odd to me because, from being a coach and somebody that wants to see people win, he was kind of just putting the language out there as I'm just trying not to lose. Because there's only one way to lose, right? If you get submitted. So he says, I have to stop this one thing to accomplish what I want to accomplish. Where Andre Galvao, he needs to do that. He needs to accomplish it. He's got to, if Ryron isn't going to try and finish the match or go out there with that kind of mindset where I'm going to try and finish Andre Galvao, I really believe it makes Andre's job a lot harder. Now, saying that, Andre's job is to go out and submit him. So I thought the match was exciting. I thought it was going to turn out a little bit differently than it did. I thought that Galvao would submit him just from being, world-class athlete, having competed against the best, beaten some of the best, gone really deep against some of the best. And Ryron, not being a tournament guy, not being somebody that competes an awful lot. He used to compete before, and I don't really know if he's competed much before the Metamoris. And my idea is like, man, I really thought that Galvao was going to be able to catch him. And man, Ryron showed some amazing technique, some beautiful defense, escapes, reversals, and positions like that. And he accomplished what he had set out to do. He accomplished not getting submitted. Now, to me, it's not a great accomplishment, but he still accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. Now, he's not in the next Metamoris for whatever reason. I don't know why. But the match that's really interesting to me in the next Metamoris is Andre Galvao and Rafael Lovato Jr. You know, Rafael Lovato Jr. is only the second American to win the Worlds, the CBJJ Worlds at black belt, and he does have one loss against Andre Galvao via submission. I'm not sure what kind of submission it was, but I watched an interview with him and he talked about it. So, you know, you could see that Lovato would want to come back and get that win in this kind of high pressure situation. Just one match, it's all he's training for. I don't know if he's doing the Worlds, which would be a little bit before. And I think Galvao's doing the Worlds as well. But really interesting. I think it's sometime in June 9th, possibly, on web pay-per-view. Of all the matches that I saw on there, the Galvao versus Lovato match is really interesting because Lovato competed in the last Metamoris and he defeated Karen Gracie via Kimura. So it was a nice victory for him, and he went out there and he did his thing. But check it out, guys. The Metamoris, it's coming up. I highly recommend it. It's been a long time since I've been excited about any event. Kind of like gave me the fun feeling I had back in the day when I'd watch like UFC number 2. But I highly recommend it. I think you guys should check it out and check out the Metamoris. I think they have a website, metamoris.com. It was like $19.99, but yeah, check it out. I'm going to be watching it probably on my iPad or on my computer or something like that. But yeah, guys, this is Driving It Home with the Professor. Check out the Metamoris. You'll see how guys do against each other with no points, only going for submission. I think there's a bonus if you get a submission, money-wise. So check it out. Remember, you can find me online, njmaonline.com, at Twitter, Team NJMA, on Facebook, Marco Perazzo. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening.